Nothing. I'll just take a video of all that. Just go, go, go. I don't mean no disrespect, but there's no way I can't listen to you, I do this my own way. This is not a game, no, I don't play. And you wasn't game before, so now it's no way. No way. No way. No way. Don't ask me for this, don't ask me for that. There's ice in the safe, get ice in your chat. I might flip my wrist, I might flip a stack. I might steal your chick and then give her back. No, don't ask me for nothing, no, I'll tell you no way. Cause I know who's fake and who's really here to stay. This is not a game, I did not come to play. And you should know my answers already, no way. I don't mean no disrespect, but there's no way I can't listen to you, I do this my own way. This is not a game, no, I don't play. And you wasn't game before, so now it's no way. No way. No way. No way. No, don't ask me for nothing, no, I'll tell you no way. Cause I know who's fake and who's really here to stay. This is not a game, I did not come to play. And you should know my answers already, no way. Don't ask me for that, there's ice in the safe. Get ice in your chest. So the system here is because we didn't boil it, the little hairs didn't fall off. They burned her like this, so the little hairs burned for like 1 or 2 minutes. And then we clean the intestines and then we cook. Like same in the principle, but quite different. I'm quite interested in how is the difference of boiling the skin or not. The worker is only 18 years old and he's already married. So that's his wife there. Now you can see her because she's behind on the tree. But yeah, he's married at 18. That's quite normal here for the lower caste. But for me it's unimaginable. But respectful, I don't know. When I was 18, I was nowhere near ready for marriage. But here, that's how they do. It's not good or bad, it just is their way. I don't think I've ever had an animal kid like this for me, like very special and very fresh, because yeah, it's a really like unique thing to like we'll make this now for you special because you came. So it's a big respect, big sign of respect for me. Obviously I respect the animals and everything. But I understand death and it's part of the nature, so if we kill a chicken I'm not like deeply emotional about it, but I think it's a nice, respectful thing. One time when I was in Laos, I thought they were killing a goat for me because I was a very special guest, and then I said no, you don't have to, because goat is a bit of a bigger animal and I was a bit more attached to that. But I was like, no, don't worry. But then I figured out that it's not even for me. In Laos, they have this belief that we, Lao, our family, are number 1 and you are number 2. It's not like the most countries who treat visitors with extra respect. They take care of themselves and their family first and then the guests, which is quite interesting for me. So they were eating this goat and I was given like some soup or like noodle soup or something like this. So this was quite shocking for me. Again, I'm not saying it's a good or a bad thing, but an interesting, special, but it's only in Laos I saw that. It's very like, they treat themselves first and guests second. So it's just a special thing. So, I've been here for a good 2 weeks now. I haven't really filmed anything in between because I'm doing stuff that are not really interesting for the vlog, and also maybe not the best to film everything, since it's quite it turned out something completely different than I expected, my Indian trip, and I'm actually planning to go back next year to this same place. So I just don't want to say too much about that because nothing's too certain, and it's a business related actually, and also my business partner doesn't want to share too much anyway, so that's why I'm not filming here. I'm just enjoying my life. But India actually is more beautiful than I imagined, like beautiful sunsets and quite peaceful nature still, although it's very crowded and cities are disgusting with traffic and rubbish everywhere. But here the countryside is still quite very nice. Yeah, so I'm here for about 10 more days, and then I go to the richest place I've probably been so far, to the United Arab Emirates. So let's see how that goes. It's only for a few days, for layover, I mean long layover, because I can't really afford to live there for long. So underneath here, underneath this place,
this palace, in the Lord of Ganesha temple,
underneath
in the down
is a man who hasn't moved for 40 years.
Complete. In the live.
And he's still alive. And he's 90.
No disturb.
Nobody's disturbing him.
Only for this like yoga.
Yeah.
This is like yoga power.
Okay, just like meditation.
This like meditation is power in the God.
Powered by the God. And he hasn't moved for 40 years.
Yes.
No food, no water. And he's still underneath here, alive.
In the magic power is also very.
From magic power from the God.
It's like your wish.
Yeah.
And every day, every person, please by God, my problem solved.
So underneath here, underneath is God.
A lot of Ganesha is down.
I found that a bit difficult to believe,
It's
but
very old. It's fire area.
okay.
No in down in the honey.
Yeah.
Every 400 years. Samadhi area.
Samadhi, another man behind the waterfall.
It's Guru. It's like Guru. Like a
Teacher.
This like Guru.
So my friend also told me that this, yeah,
it's Rambola, name of Rambola.
okay, that this place has some sort of magic, and it only allows people with pure heart to enter. So when we were here and he asked me, do I want to go inside, I was sure, let's go. But if I didn't have a pure heart, I would be like, no, it doesn't feel good or something. So this place,
One man in the down.
so these steps,
In the priest, Lord of priest.
these steps lead to a cave or something, and there's a
It's very old. This
Very
down.
old. man still alive in here.
Yeah, this like, but very powerful. Very powerful.
Very powerful
Very
mind.
powerful. Your eyes know. See, very powerful. The God in the Guru. It's like very hardly. It's long time the life.
Right.
Very long time.
Old.
Yeah.
So this place naturally separates people with good heart, pure heart, and not pure heart. So if you're not pure heart and you come to this place, you feel very agitated. You want to leave immediately. That's what he said. So he tested my heart, and when I feel good in this place, he says I have a very good heart.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's true. These evening rides are the best. When finally the temperature comes down, and then it's just in this beautiful sunset with light wind on your face on these beautiful big horses, Marwari. It really doesn't get much better than this. Very peaceful. On this nice little country road. And cow is a holy animal here in Hindu, and they're really everywhere, even on like the highways, like fast roads, and nobody's supposed to like move them forcefully or anything. So even if they stand on the road like this, you should just wait until they move, but they will move for us because we're good. It can be pretty dangerous sometimes when literally the cars are going 120 or so, and there's a cows just sitting on the concrete, especially in the night, because here roads are not lightened up, so it's complete darkness, and you're driving 100 and something, and the cow is laying on the concrete because it's warm, and it's very normal. But I think it's so dangerous. So yesterday we are driving very late from the place we were, and like the concrete, yeah, we were driving on this dark road, and then my guide was like fast maneuvers because we didn't see cows. You only see them like for the last 20-30 meters or so, and so you have to really move quickly. And he said it's okay, and he's used to it, but for me it was crazy. The traffic stopped because there's many cows on the road, and nobody can like kick them. My drive. I recently found out a very interesting thing about my host, so about his heritage. So his grandfather, like he told me, was no shorter than God. He was apparently very famous in his time. We're talking like early 20th century, I suppose. And he would be traveling to multiple countries and be quite world renowned at the time. But the reason he was famous for, he had this unnatural super ability to predict future, to know everything about the person. Like if you walk to him, he would know what's your name, how old you are, where you're from, without even like knowing anything about you, what's your father's name, like stuff like that. So, and apparently he told my host that he was gifted from God to help other people with this gift, and he was also like solving crimes. So the police would come to him, something has been stolen here, and he said, and we don't know who it is, and he said, go to this station at this time, there will be men going that way carrying like a pack of cigarettes or something, and that's the one, and go that direction at this train this time. And they went to that place, and exactly that happened, and that was the one. So this, I as a man of science found this very difficult to believe, but in India it's just like this spiritual stuff happened, I suppose. I heard so many things. I guess there has to be some truth in it, but I thought that was quite fantastic. When he's gonna die, or if they had some sickness or anything like this. Oh, be careful, you have stage 1 cancer, it's not symptoms yet, but you have it, get it checked quickly, stuff like that he told to people. And he would say, that man will fall down at 2 o'clock in the morning, at 2 o'clock in the evening, working something on the balcony, and indeed it happened. And by birth he could speak 3 languages, English, Hindi and Japanese, when he was born, and could recite, like know by head, like many religious books, like word by word, the whole books from his birth. So he didn't learn that. So apparently this man was a god. My host doesn't possess any of his great of his grandfather's powers, but he at least has interesting stories to tell about him. He still remembers him. I think he died when he was like 12 or something, and they were like quite close, I suppose. So stories remain amazing to hear from me. Riding a little forest roads like this in the sunset, it's really like, I feel peace, you know, peace, peaceful and free, and with horse by your side. This horse is actually pregnant. This horse is actually pregnant, so we go very like slowly. She's like 3 or 4 weeks or so, very beginning of the pregnancy, but I go very, very gentle on her because, yeah, just for her. Look at that, tropical fruit just growing everywhere like this. Yeah, I go gently on her, just like to be nice. Sitting here with my best friend here, Hunter, and watching the full moon. Doesn't get much better than this.